You expected to feel something. Everyone told you that you would. The grief, the anger, the desperate need to call them one more time. That is what endings are supposed to feel like. But instead, you felt nothing. Not relief, not sadness. Not even the quiet satisfaction of finally being free. Just a flat, clean, almost clinical absence where the feeling should have been. And that nothing scared you more than any emotion could have. Because if you felt nothing, what does that say about how much it ever meant? Here is what it actually says. Your nervous system just did something most people never give it credit for. It activated the most sophisticated emotional protection mechanism in human psychology, and it did it so quietly, so efficiently, that you mistook the protection for indifference. The numbness you are feeling is not the absence of love. It is the presence of a system working exactly as designed. And understanding what that system is protecting you from will change the way you read every flat, empty, nothing feeling you have ever had. The single moment this video is about is not the breakup. It is the moment after. The moment you realized you were not crying. The moment you picked up your phone and did not text them. The moment you ate dinner alone and noticed, with a strange, detached clarity, that you felt fine. That moment is not emptiness. That moment is your brain executing a process called emotional anesthesia, a neurological response that the prefrontal cortex triggers automatically when the emotional system detects that full conscious processing of a loss would temporarily disable your ability to function. Your brain made a calculation you were not consulted on. It decided that the full weight of what just ended, the history, the plans, the version of the future that no longer exists, was too much data to process in real time without compromising your ability to survive the immediate present. So it shut the feeling down, not permanently, temporarily. The way a surgeon administers anesthesia, not to take away the pain forever, but to make the necessary procedure survivable. The numbness is not the end of the feeling. It is the waiting room before the feeling is safe enough to arrive. This is what most people miss about emotional numbness after a relationship ends. They treat it as a symptom of not caring enough. Therapists will ask if you are dissociating. Friends will tell you it has not hit you yet and wait for the collapse. And underneath all of that well-meaning concern is the same assumption, that numbness is a problem to be solved rather than a process to be trusted. That assumption is wrong. And I want to be precise about why. The research on grief and emotional processing shows consistently that people who experience initial numbness after significant loss do not feel less. They feel the same amount over a longer period. The numbness does not reduce the emotional content. It distributes it across time in doses the nervous system can actually metabolize. The person who collapses immediately and the person who feels nothing for 3 weeks are not having different size losses. They are having the same loss delivered at different rates. And the person who feels nothing first is not the person who cared less. They are the person whose nervous system is managing the delivery more carefully. There is something else the numbness is protecting you from that nobody talks about. It is not just protecting you from the pain of losing them. It is protecting you from the pain of losing the story. Every significant relationship comes with a narrative, who you were in it, who you were becoming because of it, what the future looked like when they were still in it. When the relationship ends, that entire narrative becomes simultaneously past tense. And the brain, which is a prediction machine that runs constantly on models of the future, suddenly has a gap where a whole story used to be. The numbness is a buffer while the brain rewrites the narrative, while it builds a new model of the future that does not include them. That process takes time. And feeling everything at full volume while it is happening would make the rewriting impossible. If you are watching this in the middle of that numbness, if you are the person who surprised yourself by feeling nothing, I want to say something most people around you will not say. You do not need to perform the grief they are expecting. You do not need to manufacture the tears that would make everyone else more comfortable with your loss. Your nervous system knows what it is doing. The feeling will arrive when the system decides it is safe enough to deliver it. And when it does, it will make complete sense. Because it was never gone. It was just waiting for the right conditions to be survivable. The strongest people always end up alone. Not because they cannot connect, not because they are broken, but because the kind of connection they are capable of is rarer than most people realize. That is the next frequency. If this one reached you, stay tuned in.